So now we technically have everything we need to write Ruby applications, but I would recommend to install some more tools which will help us. One of those tools is Rubocop. To install Rubocop, go to Extension, search for Rubocop, click on Install. Rubocop is going to help us adhere to conventions. It will give us hints on how to adhere to those conventions, and it can also be used to solve convention problems in your files automatically. So another thing we have to do in order that Rubocop will work is to install Rubocop in the terminal. First, we have to navigate to the folder in which we will make our project. So let's just quickly create our folder for our project. So here I'm going to make directory Ruby series. And here we need to install the bundler gem. To install the bundler gem, type in gem install bundler. And then to generate the gem file in which we will specify which additional gems should be installed, type bundle init. Now we have this gem file and this gemfile.log. We won't be modifying these directly. To add gems to those gem files, just type in bundle add Rubocop, type bundle install. So now this should work. Let's open this folder in code. There you go. Now another thing which could come in handy is debugging, in case you want to see how your application is flowing, and debugging in general. So for that you just need the Ruby extension which we already installed, and we are going to install the Ruby-Debug IDE by typing bundle add Ruby-Debug IDE, and then bundle add dbase. And now to install those gems we added to the gem file, we just type bundle install. To start debugging the file, you have to be in your directory and then type in rdebug IDE host 0.0.0.0 port 1234 dispatcher port 26162, and then the file you want to debug. So now this is running. Now all you have to do is press here on start debugging, which if you had any code written here would stop at your breakpoint. Next we're going to set up Guake so that it will launch every time we start our computer or boot into Ubuntu. You'll have to go here and search for startup applications. And here you're going to add the command Guake. So just call it Guake, and here in the command just type Guake and add it. I already have added it. So now you can actually remove this favorite, since it will always start when you boot into Ubuntu. Now I'm just going to show you some hotkeys for Guake. If you press Ctrl Shift and T, you can create a new tab. If you press Ctrl Shift and W, you delete that tab. And if you want to navigate between tabs, you have to press Ctrl and page up or page down to switch between those tabs. Should you forget any of these hotkeys, you can just go and right click here, go to Preferences, and go to Keyboard Shortcuts. Here all those shortcuts are listed. Now let's look at some hotkeys for VS Code. Now I'm just going to write something. Now if you want to navigate to the beginning of your line, you have to press position 1. If you want to get to the end of the line, you have to press end. If you want to go to the beginning of a word to the left, you press Ctrl and left arrow key. If you want to get to an end of the word, you just press Ctrl and right key. Now if you're in the middle of a text and want to go to the next line, you just press Ctrl and enter. By pressing Ctrl Shift and left key or right key, you can select entire words. And if you press Ctrl Shift and position 1, you can select the entire sentence, or you can also select it from the beginning by pressing the end key. To save a file, you can press Ctrl S. To open the VS Code terminal, you have to press Ctrl Shift and the backtick key. This can come in handy by just copying this address and then changing your directory to this. If you want to look up any shortcuts, you can just go to File, Preferences, Keyboard Shortcuts, and here you can search whatever your need is. For instance, go to Definition. So this is all you need to know for navigating text quickly. In the next video we are going to finally start writing some code. I hope you like this series, and if you want to get notified when the next video releases, just click on the subscription bar and enable notifications. And if you like this video, give a like. If not, give a dislike. See you in the next video.